Mario Kart Tour recently got probably the biggest update it has ever had, and with this has probably solved every issue that the game was mainly critiqued for. This update adds in battle mode, removes GACHA, and so much more. It's basically game changing. So how about it? Here's a review of everything in this update. So let's start off with the smaller things. Firstly, we now have a try again button and a move to the next race button. Although small, this does make playing through the cups all much easier, and grinding for ranks slightly less time consuming. The try again button is especially appreciated. Next up is the increase in levels and tiers. Levels have gone up to 300 to 400 and the tiers have gone up from 80 to 99. These don't really affect me much since I suck at the game, but having more stuff to work towards is usually a good thing. A change that I, however, hate is the removal of high-end items in the tier shop. Yep, this is one of the easiest ways I was able to get new items before. I got Dixie Kong, Cacti, Blooper Wingtip, Rainbow Starchute, and so much more from the shop. And now they are just gone for some reason. Now it's just a ticket shop. One more thing that has just became a ticket farming tool is the packs. Not only did they take away the tier shop stuff, but now the pack stuff as well. But you may be saying, but isn't the rubies you get increased? Yes, technically. However, as you will soon see, it isn't an increase in the slightest. It's a massive decrease. Let's talk about the first main addition of this update, the Spotlight Shop. In case you didn't know, MarioKartTour used to force you to get characters, carts, and gliders out of a gacha system called pipes. You would use your rubies, pull down on the pipe, and pray you get the character you wanted. Now you spend your rubies in a shop to get these items, which would have been a much better way to get them if it weren't so expensive. This is because to buy a single item, you need 150 rubies. I was able before to get way more items with simply just 45 rubies. Along with that, new players are probably going to have to wait quite a few tours before they're able to get their first high-end character from these shops. These shops are a step in the right direction, but clearly need some work done to them. So you may be wondering how to get commons and super drivers, considering that they are no longer in the pipes. Well, first we have the daily selects. But you could also get all of the commons and supers that you can find in the pipes before already. So what is it that I want to talk about? Well, it's the fact that the non-old pipe items can finally be gotten through this shop. Well, for the commons at least. That means the blue Biddy Buggy is no longer the rarest cart in the game. Yay, I guess. I would have loved if carts such as the Red Standard 8 and the Birthday Girl Daisy were items in the shop, since I don't have those, but this was still a massive improvement. The other way to get these new items is through the new tour gift system. Believe it or not, the pipes were not fully removed from the game since they come back in 3 different ways. These tour gift pipes will give the player a random character, cart, or glider from a set selection. Definitely better than before. The next set of pipes is through the token shop, and wow, this place has been shrunk. Before this thing was overwhelming with its size, but now it's been reduced to a very few 9 items. Not an improvement at all. The final way to use the pipe system is through the revamped multiplayer. So before I talk about the multiplayer, I know that it is currently in maintenance right now, because I ain't living under a rock. However, I was lucky enough to get to play some of the multiplayer before it was closed, so here are my thoughts. Here's a list of the changes. The golden standard races are now removed, replacing it with race and battle mode options. Friend rooms now support battle mode with free balloons, shells only, and bombs only as options. Shells only and bombs only is a setting I'm surprised to see, but it's very much appreciated. The final new main addition to multiplayer is the new multiplayer pipe. This will allow you to get balloons for battle mode, coins, quicker tickets, and other useful goodies. You get these by just simply playing multiplayer. Finally, some more ways to get quick tickets. Thank you so much, Nintendo. Overall, I think the multiplayer changes are a massive improvement, and so far, it just seems to be way more fun, and hopefully I will actually like the multiplayer now. Okay, so Nintendo did the unthinkable. They buffed Bubbles so now it isn't the worst item in the game. It no longer takes up an item slot when used, and you can break it by tapping the screen a bunch. This has honestly turned it into quite a useful item in multiplayer in my opinion. A new mission was added called Precision Gliding, basically the same as the other gliding mission except you're gliding through hoops. However, that gliding mission was one of the only enjoyable missions anyway, so I like having more of them. Next up was Premium Challenges Plus. Yeah, this is an absolute scam. I don't know why the community cares so much about this type of stuff though, because have they considered of not buying the premium challenges? Like seriously, this community can be ridiculous sometimes. The number of cups has increased from 12 to 15. Now we have more unique tracks to play, but also an increase in the number of tour gifts since we can now get more Grand Stars. One more thing I've noticed with this change is the number of points to get these Grand Stars has decreased significantly. Very strange. They added in a new course, RMX Donut Plains 1. It's a pretty fun course in my opinion. Using leaves as bouncy mushrooms is pretty fun. Along with that, the course is filled with lots of off-road cuts. Overall, this is probably an A-tier track in my opinion. If you want to know where I'll place the other Mario Kart Tour tracks in the ranking, then go watch my track ranking video on this game. The second to final change I want to talk about in this video is the more generous rank cups. Although we have had a massive ruby decrease, we now get a gold pipe and lots of new items. In this tour, it's red pit group totem, a green speedster. This generosity seems to not be slowing down anytime soon as well. Finally, for this review, I've been holding this off for a bit. The main new feature of this update, battle mode. This mode has been in the files for a while, so I'm surprised it took so long for it to be a thing. First things first, what do you even do in this mode? You go around an arena popping your opponent's balloons by using items you get from item boxes. These items can be very useful, especially on these really open maps where red shells won't get blocked by walls. Speaking of the maps, the ones we have are honestly not that bad. Let's quickly rate each one. GameCube's Cookie Land is pretty decent. It's a small little circle with some balls that act as bouncy mushrooms when you jump on them. At times the course can feel way too open, but it could have used some larger walls. Graphically it isn't my favourite as well, but overall it will be a B tier. GBA Battle Course 1 is easily my favourite of the maps. The size is perfect, the rainbow blocks can create for some godly fighting arenas, and this map just has a good vibe for battling. Overall I think it's an A tier. Wish it went for the style of the original GBA course and not SNES Mario Circuit. That's all of the maps. Seriously, I'm not even joking. This is probably my main flaw with this mode. Twilight House is coming next tour, but these things should have really been in the game from the start. I think it should have launched with at least 5 maps. As of now though, I'm sure that this mode is going to get repetitive fast. Nintendo, you've been working on this for ages now. Please add more than 2 maps. With battle mode, we now have a new type of collectible, balloons. Thankfully this is all for aesthetics and won't affect your gameplay. I like these, although I think it should have had its own separate menu like the Mii, since the only way to check what balloons you have at the moment is through the course select screen for battle mode. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention the fact that these battle courses have a point system and are in ranked cups. What does this mean? Well, now there are top shelf driver carts and gliders which can make single player battles really unbalanced. They are fun to grind on, but was this really necessary? In my opinion, this should have been a bonus challenge instead of a regular race. But that's all I have to say on battle mode. I think this was a way better addition than the Mii suits from the last update, and I'm excited to see what else they add onto it with new maps, balloons, and maybe even new modes such as Shine Runners. So that's it for my review of the update. Overall, I think it's pretty decent. Everything they added so far has made the game much better to play, except for how they ruin the shops. Since the game revolves around these shops, this is a massive disappointment. Although Nintendo is getting closer to the right direction with the game by removing GACHA, there are still changes that need to be done. Hopefully Mario Kart Tour will someday become a game that the Mario Kart community as a whole will learn to enjoy, and hopefully that time is soon. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, then like and subscribe, it helps out the channel a lot. And also, comment down below your thoughts on the battle mode. And with that said, I will see you guys later.